this is Daphne. Welcome back to Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. We are continuing to investigate the very confusing case of Nagito's death, but besides that, we just discovered a notebook that told us that Byakuya Togami is actually an imposter, and he is sus. A fake? The fact that his profile is filled with question marks isn't a mistake or an oversight. He specifically told us, yo, don't put in any information about me. I don't want him to start asking questions. Surprisingly enough, that's the correct information regarding him. Or her. Sex has question marks too. The ultimate imposter has no name, no permanent address, even his age and gender is unknown. He could be a middle-aged man, for all we know. Basically, he doesn't exist. Because he doesn't exist, he's able to exist as anybody. That's his talent, though I'm not jealous of that at all. I want to be somebody. I want my face to be known across the world and on everybody's merch. Is that why he was so much fatter compared to when he was involved in the killing school life? His physique? That doesn't affect his ability to fool others at all. Real imposters are skilled like that. Like, he could dress up as anybody and people around him would be like, I guess they just gained a bunch of weight. Then he was lying to us the whole time?
But still.
But he couldn't help it. Why couldn't he help it?
Oh.
'Cause that was his talent. Huh? Well, having talent means you're also bound to that talent. The moment you obtain talent, your way of life has already been chosen for you. For example, I was born to game. You can't do anything else except rely on that talent. Regardless of whether you want that life or not. In that sense, compared to the other ultimates, your life might be a little bit more liberating, you mediocre, worthless little shit. It's mediocre, average little shit. Anyway, I'm not happy that you guys fell for a scam that I had nothing to do with. The only scams you should fall for are my scams. So I'll tell you straight up, this revelation of Byakuya is exactly the truth. Then, Byakuya is still alive? What was he trying to say to me at that time? I cannot talk to others about my past. I suspect that my skeptical nature is partly to blame. Distrusting others and being distrusted in turn. For a long time, my life has been a living hell. Based on the context, if I had to guess, maybe he was just complaining that he was cursed to wander the earth as nothing more than a fraud. But if you guys had your school memories, you never would have been betrayed in the first place. I mean, it'd be different if you were meeting him for the first time. But since you guys went to Hope Peak Academy, you should have known about the ultimate imposter already. So in the end, it all leads back to memory loss. Geez, the Future Foundation sure is awful. There's no way you should ignore Monokuma or the traitor. Well, how do I know you're not lying? Who is it? Who's the traitor? Just from looking at these 16 profiles, I still wouldn't know who's from the Future Foundation, which is just proof that you're all making this all up to get more views. Is there really someone like that? Or are you a big lying liar? Well, obviously you wouldn't know. I made that file so you guys couldn't find out. So it's just as I thought. You're the one who did it. The fact that there are 16 profiles in there is what's wrong. I mean, the traitor is a spy set by the Future Foundation, not a student from Hope's Peak Academy. You made a fake profile for the traitor and included it in there? I mean, it would be fun if you figured out who the traitor was so easily, right? And all the viewers would get bored instantly.
Then we can't use this file to figure out who the traitor is. That was true for Nagito too, right?
Well, probably. Hope's Peak Academy file has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. It's dripping with despair, isn't it? You wasted your precious time on something that isn't a clue. Was that a wise decision? Time's up, you know. Get out of his house. We're going to a trial. Time's up. Wait. That notebook was added to the Truth Bullet section of my handbook. I will find a way to make it a clue. Excuse me for a moment. I gotta go back to my fancy chair where I sip mimosas. That chime just now. The ding dong bing bong.
What is most important for living things?
Well, food, water, and shelter, duh.
I think time is.
Well, you're all out of time, so get busy dying.
Your bank account may go up and down, but time will inevitably run out, right?
So what I'm trying to say is it's time for the trial.
That's why we gotta cherish time. There is nothing more wasteful than wasting time.
Which is why I'm wasting your time with this monologue.
We will begin the last class trial, so please gather at Monokuma Rock. I'll see you soon.
The last class trial? Well, finally, we'll be out of here. He said that, right? He said last class trial?
Yep. Yeah, I heard it too. He really did say it was the last class trial.
What do you think? Should we believe him?
I wouldn't believe that lying bitch about a second. You seemed anxious about the Monokuma timer earlier, right? 2 more days. And you said something about the killing school trip ending, right?
Based on the time limit, this might definitely be the last one. I mean, what's the chance a 6th person's gonna get murdered, right?
But I can't imagine that it's the real end.
Huh?
I think Monokuma's real plan might be just beyond that.
His real plan? Is Monokuma still planning to make us do something? What could it be? What hell hasn't he put us through? Maybe after putting us through all this, he's planning to kill the remaining survivors all at once. I mean, violence sells.
But still, it's not a good idea to think about it too much, I think. I think we should focus on the class trial that's waiting for us first.
You're right. A class trial for Nagito's murder. We're pretty screwed. I haven't collected my thoughts because we were so focused on this file. I still can't see who killed Nagito.
But still.
Well, you don't have to worry so much.
Huh?
Right?
I mean, we're not fighting this alone, you know?
You're right. You're absolutely right. We're not alone. But the people we do have are pretty darn stupid, even if it's a mystery that can't be solved alone. As long as everyone cooperates and works together. Yeah, if we do that, things will turn out fine. So let's bounce. Where's that stupid rock? So here I am, walking to that stupid rock. I still can't believe they passed up the opportunity to call it Mount Rush Monokuma. Because, I mean, look at it. Does that not look like Rush Monokuma to you?
Damn right.
Looks like everyone's here. Huh, is this it? Shouldn't there be more people? No, they all died. Stop it, you're making me depressed. You're making me depressed. So, it is going to happen again. The cruel conflict where we must doubt our friends. But once we're through with this, we can go back, right? That Monokuma bastard said so, didn't he? He said this is the last class trial. But we've been tricked every step of the way. There's no way I can believe that so easily. Why could you believe it? The guy who's making us do this is the one saying it, you know? That's why I'll definitely survive. Because I definitely didn't kill Nagito. If we could really go home after we deal with this class trial, I'll definitely find out who the killer is, no matter what, even if I have to pull out all the stops. Well, what the fuck? Why are you here?
You haven't realized it yet? That feeling of wanting to leave this island, thinking like that is Monokuma's trap, you know.
What are you saying?
Got it?
There's no way Monokuma will let things here. He's a lying bastard who deserves his ratings to plummet to the ground. He's planning something far worse.
Like, stop trying to jinx us. Damn right, stupid rabbits should just shut up.
And not stupid bears. Everyone, you mustn't run away from despair.
Huh?
I finally realized after losing my powers. I've realized that cursing your powerlessness of your fate accomplishes nothing. The possibility may be small, but as long as there's a possibility, you must face it. In order to become someone who can be proud of yourself. So I will fight. With my stubby little fists, I will fight.
What's her deal? I do not really know, but she seems different from before. Maybe she read a self-help book.
Wait.
But her eyes, she looks so determined. What can you tell just by looking at those button eyes? Anyway, make sure you turn off Minimaru. It'd be annoying if you started talking during the trial. Please silence all cell phones and babies. But he's my cell phone and my baby. Fine.
But still.
Somehow I understand what Monami is saying. I think. I was only partially tuned in.
Anyway, let's get going to the last class trial.
Yep.
You're right. We need to fight as much as we can. No matter what hopeless truth awaits us in the end.
And now to commence the most inefficient form of transportation to an underground lair that I've ever seen. An escalator into an elevator. This is the end. I kept saying those words to myself over and over within my mind. Maybe because I wasn't convinced this isn't actually the end. Because we're still on chapter 5. I entered Mount Rush Monokuma. This elevator ride, this will be the last time for this too, right? Which is a good thing, because this elevator sucks. I mean, look at how much it's shaking. I hope so.
Well,
Let's worry about things after we're finished.
you are right.
More importantly, we must focus on the class trial before us. The killer managed to kill someone like Nagito. There's no way this is going to go smoothly. I mean, I still can't believe one of us was able to do that. Nagito was problematic in various ways, but he was also a valuable asset during the trials when he wasn't being a lying bitch. Yeah, you're right. In fact, during the Funhouse ordeal, we were completely dependent on him. But even if he's gone, the ones who've survived need to stand and fight. We must fight. And then the door slowly opened. The bright light this bright light greeting us. Is that the light of hope? Or is it just a bunch of blinding stage lights? Or the light of despair? Could also be a bunch of blinding stage lights. I'm trying to be deep about this. Now that chatterbox Nagito is gone, there are only 6 of you left. Enough, just fucking start this already. I want to go home. Hey, this is it, right? This is really the last class trial, right? Yep, it sure is. So you gotta show some enthusiasm and make sure you give it your all. Didn't I tell you? He said it. This is the end.
Well, if you want to be specific, he said it's the last class trial. He never said it was the end. He's planning something. We're still on chapter 5.
Let's show some enthusiasm and kill each other. This is the 5th class trial. According to Monokuma, this is also the last class trial, but I don't buy that for a second. That curtain is about to rise. Nagito Kamaeda, the ultimate lucky student, found himself in an unlucky position. When I first met him, I thought he was a nice guy. He came across as very sociable, but he quickly revealed that he was also very weird. But his true nature held such a demented thought process that was nothing like his outward appearance. I guess the pale anemic skin and the dark hoodie weren't enough of a giveaway. He said he believed in hope more than anything else, but he also seemed like kind of a masochist and also a kleptomaniac. He said he was yearning for a powerful hope that can overcome any despair. He said he would even help despair, just to prove that hope will never lose to despair, which kind of seems like a circular thought process, but he's dead so he won't be thinking it anymore. And he said he'd become a stepping stone for hope, so step on me, Daddy. His way of thinking was completely screwed up. But there are also times he saved us, too. Someone like him was killed. That was the end of him. And I have no idea at all who did it, but there's no way we can end this without knowing. We will be consumed by despair. Man, I just realized the picture of Fuyuhiko still has both his eyes. A flash from the past. That's why we absolutely have to find out. The person who finished off Nagito. The killer who murdered Nagito. In order to return from this despair, we need to reach the truth. And if Monokuma says this is really the last class trial, that's all the more reason we need to do this. And so, this life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, the last one, we promise, has begun. Class trials start.
Oh my! Monami? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you?
I'm going to punch you.
Oh yeah, well I'll punch you twice.
And reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit?
Shut up.
Yes, no! One more time!
We're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, alright, don't stop the punching. And then Hajime's just standing there like, can we like start discussing evidence already? Possibly? Are you kidding me? We still have to fill the half hour.
I feel bad for Monomi.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monami. The class trial has started after all.
We will continue the horsing around later. You have my word, Monami.
Who killed him? I'm so curious.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
No, that might not be it.
Say what?
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Wait, what?
Stupid. There's no way in hell I'm the traitor.
I'm just trying to bring up some options.
Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
The cameras are rolling. The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito is here, right? Are they the same person? Or duct tape.
Tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
And he found it kinky because, like, he would. Well, so would you, Kazuichi. I'm not that much of a freak.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, because his mouth was open beneath the duct tape. You were there, Kazuichi. You threw up when you saw his mouth
He wouldn't
open.
confess anything. If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
I'm prepared.
Kazuichi, I'm just trying to make some points.
I just realized it. It's a trap.
They tortured him because they're a sadistic freak.
Hajime, you got caught in that trap.
Well, what are you talking about? You're gonna call me stupid? Have you not seen all the many actions you've committed since the beginning of this game? Torture wounds, bird rope, survival knife, spear of Gungnir.
Said Nagito's mouth was taped.
Torture wounds. I'm talking about the stabs in his legs, right?
He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
So the torture wounds on his legs.
But if you tape his mouth shut,
Oh, there wasn't blood beneath the duct tape. They put it on first and then started stabbing.
First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location.
I'm going to slice
After
that.
they killed him, allow me to cut through those words.
no. There's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up.
So you were there, Kazuichi. I don't know if you blocked the memory out of your brain or if you're just that stupid.
Rock, paper, scissors.
I cares about the duct tape.
It's clear the duct tape.
I, the ultimate gamer, for once do not want to play a game.
Always cite the Hajime. You have a crush on him or something?
No, I am only in love with games.
Are you in elementary school or something? Man, the school system has really failed you. If you're in high school and this dumb.
The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds. Which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
It's my posit that they stabbed his legs first and he was already screaming before they taped his mouth shut.
He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so he wouldn't be able to scream.
I mean, you could still move your vocal cords even with a piece of duct tape over your mouth. It'd just sound like that.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
Like me. But I'm not the killer.
Then,
If that's what you're thinking, I, the professional murderer, kill somebody? That's insane.
if so, friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
Something I've done multiple times before.
The warehouse warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
Oh my god, how many of you people failed 4th grade?
But who could have done that?
So we found a lighter.
When the fire occurred,
Everyone in this room
was gathered in front of the warehouse.
I think, I feel like it was the domino effect of Monokuma cardboard
Right after
cutouts.
I opened the warehouse door.
Knocked it over. The one on the very end touches the match. And then it, like, all goes back, lights on fire.
Which means it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
For all we know, Nagito set the fire. He'd do
That's
that.
not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this. Some kind of setup? Like what?
Like a domino effect of Monokuma cardboard cutouts.
But that has been the pattern before.
That's on Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect. Alrighty then. Let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonia?
What?
Damn right it is!
The reason for the fire, huh? They're right. We need to clear that up first. Make your argument. Monokuma panel, yeah, the cardboard cutouts lined up in a row. You knock one over.
The crime scene, right?
Yeah, so like the one on the very end touches the oil lighter. So that catches on fire. So the panel on the end catches on fire, which lights the curtain on fire, and all of a sudden everything's on fire.
They use the oil as an
Improvised fuse.
They probably just
Through the lighter.
Based on the shape of that
Oil
oil
lighter.
it can stand upright while the flame
Flame's
is
lit.
lit.
If they tipped over the lighter
In some way.
it could have ignited
The
the
curtain.
Some way? Maybe they used
Invisible thread? No. Thread that's
Should've waited to
invisible.
tip it over with
Sound waves. Yeah, I'll use that MP3 player with the
opening the door
boots.
caused.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we opened the door. That's consent with Sonia. Consenting with Sonia when Kazuichi's right there. Unforgivable.
Just as I thought, it was the wind pressure. A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan.
Now let me talk.
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma
They
panels.
had one lean. There was one lean right up against the door. That's why Akane couldn't open it.
A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found.
They get increasingly burned as you go toward the
It
curtain.
looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Does that mean anything?
It means everything, Fuyuhiko.
Create the domino effect.
Domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
Which is not actually how you're supposed to play with dominoes. There is a game with rules. You just haven't taken the time to learn them because it's so fun to line them up and tip them over. So here's the diagram I drew with Nagito's dead body, a bunch of Monokuma panels, an MP3 player, and a Monokuma plushie.
Until they reach the lighter at the end.
And that tipped over
Wouldn't it be
the
obvious that
lighter
those big
and lit the
panels
curtain
were
on
all
fire.
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
And here I thought Nagito was just a creature of the dark, which he is, but apparently that's not related. Hey, I didn't turn off the lights because I'm a creature of the dark. I mean, I am a creature of the dark, but that is not why I turned off the lights. The killer did one other thing to hide the domino effect, and it doesn't necessarily need to be visual. Blaring loud church music playing on the MP3 player. That way we couldn't hear the domino effect. See? See, Hajime sees, and we are going to see what happens next in the next video. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to blast that patriarchy, smash that like button, Bomberman that subscribe button, and I will see you next time with another episode of Danganronpa 2. Goodbye.